Coming off a disappointing season, the Los Angeles Lakers knew they had to make a move to compete for a championship. After LeBron went down last year on Christmas with a groin injury, the team struggled to find ways to win. When the Lakers saw Anthony Davis wanted out of New Orleans, they knew it was their time to strike. The Lakers completed a deal and ended up acquiring Anthony Davis and giving up most of their future assets. With the Clippers signing Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and the Nets signing Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, the Lakers knew they had to compete with some of the top teams. In the 2019 offseason, the Lakers knew they had to focus on bringing in players to play alongside LeBron and AD. They brought in Avery Bradley for his shooting and defense, Dwight Howard for his rebounding, and Danny Green also for his shooting and defense. LeBron and AD immediately clicked on and off the court along with the rest of the team. You can sense how good their chemistry was while watching them play. A few months into the season, the Lakers looked like one of the best teams in the league. LeBron did not look to be slowing down at all, and the Lakers knew they could compete for a championship this year. They had all the pieces and the coaching to do it, but it was not going to be easy. On January 25th against the 76ers, LeBron accomplished a huge career milestone.
There's James, goes across the lane, lays it up, and lays it in, and there it is. He just became the third leading scorer in NBA history.
Michael Lee's breaking news in this Sunday afternoon. Five-time NBA champion, former league MVP Kobe Bryant died earlier this afternoon in Los Angeles in a helicopter crash. News reports are just coming in among multiple victims. Kobe Bryant on that helicopter. We're going to have Ramona Shelburne join us now from Los Angeles. She is on her way to the scene right now. Ramona, how did you first learn this information and how are you absorbing it right now?
Many players had a strong bond with Kobe Bryant and his family. It was hard for them to continue the season, but they did it because they knew Kobe wouldn't want them to stop. Teams took a 24-second shot clock violation to start off games to honor Kobe. The team that was hurt the most was LeBron's Lakers. They knew it was time to lock in and win the ring to honor Kobe and the city of LA.
Getting the word in our headphones from our producer Spencer Julian about some very sobering news. The NBA has decided to suspend game play following the conclusion of tonight's games. Now, during the hiatus of the suspension, they'll figure out and try to determine what the next steps will be. But the word that just came out just moments ago is the NBA is going to temporarily suspend the season from now. Who knows what's going to happen going forward. Reportedly, Rudy Gobert has tested positive for the coronavirus.
When Rudy Gobert contracted the coronavirus, it forced the league to take a pause. Players had no idea if they would return at all. After thinking about what the next step would be, the NBA finally came up with a solution. "22 teams came to Florida to finish the season on a neutral playing site. No one was allowed to leave. The bubble was very efficient, and not a single player contracted the virus. The main reason for the bubble was for the NBA to complete a successful postseason. Before the playoffs started, each team played 8 seeding games to determine their rankings in the playoffs. The Lakers' playoff run started on August 18th. As a 1 seed, they were set up to play the 8-seeded Blazers. After losing the first game, they bounced back and won 4 in a row and moved on to the next round. In the next round, the Lakers faced the 4-seeded Houston Rockets. This was a similar series to the first one. The Lakers lost game 1, and they bounced back and won the next 4. LeBron and Anthony Davis played outstanding. Now, we're in the Western Conference Finals, where the Lakers played the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets were hot, beating the Clippers, who were the favorites to come out of the West at the time. But they were no match for the Lakers, and ultimately lost the series 4-1, advancing the Lakers to the finals. In the finals, LeBron did what he had to do against the Heat. He took them out in 6 games and won his 4th ring and 4th Finals MVP. He gave the Lakers their 17th championship. And this championship went down in history. No other team can say they've won a bubble championship.